Welcome back in, ERB sports fans. We're going to make a little different video today, following on from yesterday's football video. We talked a little bit about the NFL playoffs. Today, I'm going to make the case for De'Aaron Fox for the All-Star game. Yes, De'Aaron Fox of the Sacramento Kings. Who would have thought that the Sacramento Kings, as it currently stands, are third in the Western Conference? Now, I know, it's so early in the season. There is so much basketball left to be played. The Warriors are going to get healthy. The Lakers are going to get healthy. Luka Doncic is going to play great down the stretch. The Suns are going to get healthy. It's going to be a dogfight down the stretch. I don't think the Kings are going to get any higher than third, but I don't know where they're actually going to end up. I expect them to end up somewhere between third and fifth in the Western Conference, and I think they have a really good shot at winning the first round playoff series if this team stays healthy and maybe they make a move down the stretch at the trade deadline. So De'Aaron Fox, he has been a favorite of mine ever since he was a rookie. I play a lot of DFS, and De'Aaron Fox was one of those guys when he was a rookie. The price was right, and I put him in almost every single night. Every single night that De'Aaron Fox plays, I always got to have at least one lineup with De'Aaron Fox in it. Dating back to when he was on the Kentucky Wildcats as a freshman, as a 19-year-old, he was amazing. Really electric player, really fun to watch. Love his finishing ability at the rim. Reminds me a lot of John Wall when John Wall was young. Now, obviously, John Wall's career didn't develop the way you would have expected, but players get injured, things happen, and things just, sometimes don't go the way you expect. But De'Aaron Fox right now is playing probably the best basketball he has played in his entire career, even though his stat line may not be the most points he's ever scored in the season, may not be the most assists he's ever gotten. I think he's been playing as a better defender. The team overall has more talent on it than when he was a rookie and a second year and even third year. Now he's into his sixth year. It's hard to believe De'Aaron Fox has been in the league already 6 years, but it makes sense. He's been in the league since 2017, 2018. Came in the same class with Jason Tatum and Donovan Mitchell. Really overshadowed by them. De'Aaron Fox was thought of as kind of a castaway. They said, De'Aaron Fox will never do anything hobby-wise or even basketball-wise until he gets out of Sacramento. And I thought, man, I just love this kid. I love his abilities. I love his passion for the game. I love his closing ability at the rim, his flash. It's just amazing. He's such a fast player, plays with such a smooth kind of finish. Doesn't shoot the ball all that well. His three-point percentage has never been that great. He will never be Steph Curry, and he doesn't have to be. He's De'Aaron Fox, right? You got to be who you are. So I started collecting De'Aaron Fox cards a couple years ago. I got my first couple under my belt, and then I just kind of started acquiring a little bit here, a little bit there. The two that you see in the middle were two of my most recent purchases. I got the purple over at the Midwest Monster back at their October show. I got that card for $40. Would you believe it? That was actually before the season started, and De'Aaron Fox was on the Kings, right? And the Kings were the Kings. And I said, they finally got a good coach. Mike Brown's actually a really good coach. I'm going to buy that card. When the guy said $40, I said, sold. I'll buy that from you. And then the card on its right, that auto of the RPA from Cornerstone, not the greatest set, but actually picked that up at the June version of the Midwest Monster and got that card, believe it or not, for $50. Maybe I overpaid, but the guy had, I think, 75 or 70 marked on it. And I offered him 50 and he took it. I haven't seen many De'Aaron Fox autos at many of the card shows I went to. Most people that I talk to who are dealers say that they have sold their De'Aaron Fox stuff when it didn't appear that he was going to be special. And I said, you do realize he's only 24 years old and he just turned 25. Steph Curry wasn't Steph Curry in terms of like Steph Curry until he was 26 or 27. So don't cast him away just yet. And now that he has a good coach and a good teammate in Domantas Sabonis and a really good core group of guys, I think this team is going to make the playoffs this year for the first time in his career. I think this team is going to make the playoffs perennially, as long as they stay healthy and keep building a winning culture there with Mike Brown. And I'm going to hang on to these cards because I don't think we've seen the last of De'Aaron Fox. I'm going to make the case right now why he should be an all-star. De'Aaron Fox is averaging, I believe, 23.8 points per game, close to 6 assists per night, and close to 5 rebounds. There are very few players in the NBA who are close to like 25, 5, and 5, which is kind of the closest stat that you could compare him to. I believe there's only like 10 players in the league that actually have that stat, and that list includes Luka Doncic, Steph Curry, a lot of good names. So he's in good company. De'Aaron Fox is also one of the best closers in the fourth quarter of games of late. He, I believe, leads the league in fourth quarter scoring and player efficiency down the stretch of games. He single-handedly won them the game the other night against the Utah Jazz, where it was back and forth. De'Aaron Fox took over in the fourth quarter and delivered that win. Last night, without Domantas Sabonis, they had to play a great game. They had to deliver in the fourth quarter, and De'Aaron Fox did it yet again. De'Aaron Fox is playing like an all-star. There is no doubt about that. The only disadvantage he has is the group of guards in the Western Conference is so stacked. You have Steph Curry, Ja Morant, Devin Booker, Damian Lillard. I'm probably forgetting a few. You get the picture. There are so many guards that are really good in the Western Conference. De'Aaron Fox is among them. His teammate, Domantas Sabonis, who everybody said was the worst trade in NBA history when they traded away Tyrese Halliburton to the Indiana Pacers. My Indiana Pacers, I live in the Indianapolis area, went to the game the other night. Tyrese Halliburton was out that night, so I didn't get to see him play, but I really would have liked to have seen him play and see what kind of style he plays with. But Domantas Sabonis has been playing out of his mind. I think he leads the league in triple-doubles this year. He is really a good complement to De'Aaron Fox. When De'Aaron plays fast and De'Aaron plays flashy in the fourth quarter, and De'Aaron is De'Aaron, right? And Domantas Sabonis is really a good cog in that lineup. And I believe he's really integral. He's probably the MVP of that team, honestly. And if it wasn't for Fox being on the team and Sabonis being on the team, I don't believe this team is anywhere near the playoffs. So I am very hopeful that this year will turn out the way I expect. But let me know in the comments, guys. What do you think? De'Aaron Fox, are you a buyer? Are you a seller? Fear of missing out kicking in yet? Maybe not. If he doesn't make the All-Star game this year, I expect him to make it next year or the year after that. He's definitely going to have an All-Star game before all is said and done. And I do believe at some point they will go deep in the playoffs with Mike Brown as their coach. Mike Brown was a coach, longtime assistant, 6 years under Steve Kerr and the Golden State Warriors. So I believe he's won multiple titles now with the Warriors. Coming over to bring that winning culture over to the Sacramento Kings. The Kings play in the Golden One Center over in Sacramento. That is a fantastic place to play when it is rocking that crowd with the light, the beam, and the chants every night. It's amazing. Being on the East Coast, I don't get to watch too many Kings games. I always try to catch the first quarter and maybe if I can the second quarter before I have to go to bed. Games get started kind of late here, but I adjust my schedule accordingly when the Kings are on. So thanks again for watching. Like I said, leave some comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. De'Aaron Fox, is he an all-star? Am I way off here? If you guys want to buy any of these cards, let me know. Some of them I think have pretty low pops, and I'm not done collecting De'Aaron Fox just yet. I'm going to keep my eye out to every card show I go to. I always ask, they say, who you're interested in, who you're looking for, and I say, De'Aaron Fox and Steph Curry. You guys haven't seen my Steph Curry collection yet, but De'Aaron Fox is always one of those guys that I am on the lookout for, and I think people are finally starting to take notice. So thanks again, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Enjoy the NBA season. Enjoy the upcoming NFL playoffs. Enjoy the divisional round. We'll do some picks for the divisional round as later in the week as it closes. And if you're tuning into this channel and you don't already know, every Friday night or Thursday night or whatever day of the week we can figure out to do, we have a batter up segment with Brett and John. over on Step in the Box channel. Tomorrow night, we're going to have a special guest and cannot wait to show you guys that guest. I think you're really going to have a really fun time listening to that conversation and hopefully enjoy that one. So take care, everybody, and I'll see you next time.